Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to do another design tutorial. I'm going to be using the app called Studio from Creative Fabrica. I've done a video for that before, months back. It's this one right here. But in that video I kind of went over each of the different things that you could do in there and didn't actually make a design that I would personally sell on Amazon, Redbubble, or TeePublic. So that's the challenge today, is to try and create something that I would actually use and sell on print on demand. So let's get into Studio. I'll show you what you can and can't use for those that don't have a subscription, and then I'm gonna actually go into mine, which I do have a subscription, so I have access to everything. All right, so here I am on Creative Fabrica, but I'm in incognito mode, so I'm not signed in, so you can see how this would work if you don't have an account there. You can go here, Creative Fabrica, you can download things individually if you don't have one. You can see the prices here. And you can go here, Studio, Design Now, or this one right here, I believe that's Studio as well. But I'm gonna click this one, hit Design Now. You're gonna see this Studio right here. You can say Start Designing and everything. And I've gone over this in the other one, but it's really cool. It's been 4 months since I did that video, so some things they've added some things and some more templates and things like that. So go here and you can see you can start creating for free, but I want to show you what you can get for free first before I do mine, because what I'm going to do is not going to be some of the free stuff, it's going to be some of the pro stuff. But this is what you can do, create, and you go here and you can, start creating, start using some of these. Some of the templates, I think a lot of these templates are free. I'm going to go back. You can see here Creative Studio. Spark AI, I believe you can use some of that. That's their AI version. As far as graphics, you can see a lot of them have kind of like Canva does with the crown, that you can't use these, or you can use these to practice, but what's going to happen is it's going to have the CF logo on it, so a watermark on there. So, and it's also going to say GoPro, so you can use it. But there are some, if you scroll down, you'll see some that are totally free. So this one doesn't have a watermark, right? And if you keep scrolling or looking for some, you'll find some like this one doesn't have a watermark. So there are some things that you can do for free. There's also text here that you can obviously use for free. I'm guessing a lot of the fonts are gonna be, yeah, all these fonts are free. Look at that, none of them actually have a thing on it. So you can use any of the fonts. Elements, again, they're gonna be, well, all of these are free. So any of the elements are free. On here, photos, same thing with the crown and stuff. Some of them are free, so if you want to try those out. Got that. And same thing with backgrounds. They got a ton of backgrounds as well. If you're not doing t-shirts and you're doing kind of all over stuff or posters, I think this would be great. Or if you're doing anything that needs a background, you can see free. Takes up the whole space. You can it takes up the whole artboard. And then, well, one way you can get rid of the background, it's not obvious here, but it's over here in my layers palette, and I can just hit delete and delete. So there you go. Let's see. Patterns, again, some not. And then you can upload your stuff if you want to, and draw. I think all of this is free. So you can come in here with the pen tool like I showed last time and start drawing stuff for free and play around with it. Okay, so those are the things. Now what you're gonna see on mine is it's gonna be totally unlocked. That's what a subscription to Creative Fabrica, and that's what I have. So I'll go there now. All right, so here I am on creativefabrica.com/studio, and this is my account. I'm already signed in. I'm gonna hit create design from here. And then the first thing I wanna do, you can see this is 700 by 700. I don't want that. I actually want, and you can go back to the home if you start this, or you can just type it in. I can type in 4500 by 5400, boom. And then I can zoom out. Let me see. Yeah, I'm holding down command and scrolling out. Clicking on this layers kind of centers it. That's good. All right, cool. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna use a template. What I'm gonna do, and what I would suggest, is that come here having a plan, have a topic. And so I have this whole list of design with detour topics. I'm in November. My next one for Sunday, I'm recording this on Saturday, and my next one for Sunday, I believe is the November 3rd, is tigers. So I'm gonna do a tiger related design, since that's the next thing on the topics list. You can pick whatever you want. Just pick something that you actually want to do and come in with a plan. So first thing I would do is come up with that. Have a plan, write things down, sketch things out, write down what you want to do as far as words and pictures, and kind of get an idea. You may not find everything here, but I think it's a good plan to start. So first things first is I want to make a black background, just because I know I want it on a black t-shirt. And so one way to do that is to come in here and click backgrounds like you saw. And I'm going to do this, click this, and then just drag it here. Make sure it's down to the black right there. There's also some colors you can pick, but there you go. Black background, really easy. Nice one to see here. And if we go here, it's not in the layers, it's just the background. I didn't add one of these things. If I added one of these things like before, I can take this out and delete it. So just the black background is where I would start. Next thing, because we're doing tigers, is I could go into Spark AI, type in what kind of tiger I want, but I want to see what their graphics are. So I'm just going to go to graphics and type in tigers. Now there's a lot of cool tigers on here. I'm looking for something, when I do this, I want to see a design or a graphic that I would like to buy on a t-shirt, or feel like somebody would buy on a t-shirt. So let me show you what I mean here, the difference between some of these. So this one right here, which is really cool, compared to this one right here, I actually think this one would sell, but you know, maybe there's an audience for this. So that's kind of what I mean. I like, let's see, this one kind of has more of a mascot look. That's kind of cool. I wonder if it's different if I put tiger and tigers. Oh, okay. Tigers. Let's see. Oh, I really like this one. So it's really important for you to pick the right graphic. Look at it and kind of, you know, you have to kind of use your designer's eye and say, would this one do better on a t-shirt than this one, They're all great tigers, and it's great that they have all of them here, but you kind of have to make the choice of which one do you think would be better on the design that you're trying to sell and for the audience that you're trying to sell. So I kind of like this one, but this one feels classic to me. I like the blue on it with the orange here, kind of has that nice contrast instead of just black and black. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with this tiger here in the middle. So that's what I would do personally when there's tons and tons of graphics you can see. And I also would like to put, like, let me move this to the side so I'll show you what I mean. This one is a great artwork, right? I think that's really cool, but you also kind of have to figure out, like, where am I going to put the text on this? If I'm going to put text, will it be hard to put text on here? And so on. So you kind of have to do that in your mind as well, whereas this one is rounded, and so I could do kind of a rounded thing here, and it just works better as far as a t-shirt design. So that's some of the tips that I would say is find the graphic that would work best for the design that you're gonna do, as well as a graphic that stands out to you and would get people to buy your artwork, because that's really important. If you only have one graphic on there, make sure it's a really good graphic. Now the layout is great, I talked about layout too, but make sure to have the graphic can make a big difference even with the right layouts. Next thing I'm gonna do is I kind of want to put a shape behind there just to have another color and kind of balance it out. So I'm going to go to shapes. So let's see. I think it was in elements. Yes. And there it is. Basic shapes. I'm going to view all. And great. They have a triangle. I think that works great. I can put the triangle in the back here. And that's really nice. The nice thing I like about the triangle is it kind of plays around with like this straight edge right here. And so I can use that straight edge for like text. So if I want the straight edge on the top and turn this around right here, and I want to put maybe bring it out a little bit so it shows on the top and the bottom of the tiger. And maybe put the tiger there. Now the nice thing about this is I can center this. So when I go back here and click on this right here, you can see that this will center align it on the artboard. Same thing with the tiger head. I can center align it, not flip it. I want to center align it here. Boom. Great. Okay, so that's working out. I kind of want a different color. I want more of a green on here. So I'm going to click on the triangle and I can change the color here too. So let's play around with this a little bit. Kind of like, yeah, there you go. I think that stands out. I like that color with the orange and the blues and the things like that. So let's do that. And of course, we're going to need some text. So I'm going to go back to text. I'm going to hit headline here. And this is how easy it is to create on here. I'm going to make sure that this is white. So all the stuff for text is going to be on the right here. I'm just going to click on white there and put that here. I want to say tigers. So I'm just going to do caps tigers like that. And I want kind of an athletic font. And so I'm going to search here. And I can, instead of pop-ins by default, I can come in here. And Alpha Slab is kind of cool. I also like some of these these fonts that are condensed. Those are really cool. Anchor, that's pretty cool too. So any one of these, I love the slab serif on here. So I'm just gonna make sure that it's, you know, the right size here, kind of edge to edge. I'm following that right there. And you can see how nicely it aligns to the top of the triangle because it's straight edge against straight edge. So that's a nice tip there. All right, what else can we do here? I'm gonna do like a old athletic department kind of design from the 80s. So let's do text again. Now you can copy this text if you didn't know here. I'm gonna go here and this is duplicate right here. So duplicate, so you don't have to hit heading again, especially if you want to use the same font. You can do that right there. And I'm going to do athletic department, but it's going to be, this font's going to be too thick. I'll show you what I mean. See, it's going to be too thick for that. So I'm going to need one of those fonts that I said that's condensed. So let me scroll down and see if I can find one. Scrolling here. Oh, this one's great. Okay. And athletic, and to save some space, I'm just going to put DVT. We've seen that a lot for some of these. And then now I can stretch it. That's one thing I like about this app is that you can just stretch the fonts to be the right size. I'm going to kind of eyeball it to match the triangle here. Athletic department. I think that's great. Cool. One of the other things that we did, you might have seen in the 80s and the athletic department stuff, is kind of to put the, you know, estimated 1980 whatever. So I'm going to do that and do this again. So duplicate. I'm going to use the same font. And let's see. Do EST dot. And kind of make it smaller. And maybe put it right here. That could work. And then we're going to duplicate it again. I really love that duplicate tool. And you can see when I move it over here, I got these guidelines to make sure that it's in the right place, that it's aligned horizontally, and it works. So I'm going to just come in here and type in just some random 1980. What, 84 did we say? Whoops, I gotta actually look at what I'm doing. 1984, there we go. All right, great. To give it some color, I think I'm gonna do one of the other elements. So we got lines here, this is cool. And I can change the color of these. So what you would do is click this right here and you can change the color. I have this color picker. I'm gonna make it that same orange right there. Make it smaller. Boom. And now I can duplicate this as well. So there's duplicate right there, you can see. So I'm going to take that and go down like this. Got my lines. Now I want to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to duplicate it right here and make sure that it's aligned there and make sure it's there. It probably needs to be up higher actually, so I'm going to move that up higher. There you go. Duplicate this one and down like that. And it actually should be playing around with this. Yeah, maybe down a little bit more there. Okay, so got that and up higher, and no, good. I'm liking how that works. Let's see if we can add some other stuff. We got these stars, why not put that in? I'm gonna add, make this white here, and make sure that it's white. You can type in the hex code here, FFF, boom, and let's see what it does here. I'm gonna make it smaller, just to fill in the space right here that I like, boom. And then I'm gonna duplicate this again. Now this one doesn't have a flip for some reason. This one does. I guess it's a different kind of graphic. I could flip that, but I can't flip this one. So what I'm gonna do is a little trick is I'm gonna rotate it. Since it's kind of the same thing on this particular one, I can do that. All right, next thing is I wanna kind of curve this. You'll notice the transformation ones here. I can do flag, I could do arc, I could do some other ones. I kind of like arc, so let's arc it this way and make sure that it's centered again. Boom. There you go. What do you think of that? That was pretty quick. I think that worked out. I wish they had some kind of overlay for textures. I could do that later in another one, but for something that is easy on here, and a lot of it's free because I already paid for Creative Fabrica, I think this is pretty good. And I wonder if I move this down. So I'm just playing with like where things are, but I think this looks like a really cool vintage kind of stuff. If you like tigers and maybe are part of a tiger team, and maybe that's your high school mascot or whatever, I think this could work really well. Or if you just like tigers, and this, I love the colors that they match, so we can use the same colors with that eyedropper tool. And I love the idea that you can, it's all in here where you can transform your text, which is really cool, and use some other things like the shape and everything. So there you go. I'm gonna title this, first of all, don't forget to do that. Tigers Athletic. Let's just do kind of abbreviation department, good. And then I'm gonna share it. I think last time it asked if you wanted to download and export, if I remember right, but this time it's a lot easier. They have the remove background feature, which makes it automatically a PNG. I don't need to flip it horizontally. I think that's for people who have the iron on, where it has to kind of be reversed and then you iron it on and then it actually does that. We're not doing that. We're doing print on demand. So print PNG, I'm gonna hit that right there, and you can see PNG super quick. I'm gonna show you how it looks like on a t-shirt in Amazon, on Amazon Merch on Demand. It will work on Redbubble, it will work on TeePublic, it will work on Etsy or wherever you want it. But I'll just show you one just so you can see that it actually does work, and all you have to do is drag it in. All right, so here I am on Amazon Merch on Demand. You could use any of your print on demand. If you don't have Amazon, it doesn't matter. You can drag this PNG into TeePublic or Etsy or Printify if you're using that. So I'm just gonna show you that it does work and that it is transparent, and it's the right size. It's 4500 by 5400. This is actually something I would put on here for sale. And then let's look at some of the colors that Amazon has. I'm gonna make this bigger so you can see. And come on, might take a little while. Yeah, look at that. So I probably would make it just a little bit smaller and center it, which you can do here. And then look at it, the different colors. Like, is asphalt gray too light? I don't know. I think it looks great on black because that's what we had it as. Brown, yeah, looks great. Cranberry red, I think it looks even better on cranberry red, and so on. So I'll just come in here. If it doesn't look good, like on grass green, I'll take it out. Pink kind of gets lost with some of those colors. Olive heather, red heather, maybe, kind of makes it feel like it's vintage. So just come in here and pick those ones. But you can see it works great on any of those. If you want to use it on like something that doesn't have a background, kind of looks cool on this tumbler too. I'll just show you this here. You can just pick a color and Yeah, looks kind of cool on the case here. I have it zoomed in or else you would be able to see it, but look at that. Looks like a cool phone case. I think this bag is also going to be really cool. I'm going to put it down like that. Yeah, this is really cool. So there it is. Oh, hoodie. Yeah, looks great on a hoodie too. Let's take off the guides. Yeah, I think I like it. I like the contrast of colors and kind of that vintage look. So pretty cool. So that's it. That's how you use Studio. You can do this over and over again with different graphics and different phrases and stuff like that. So there you go. That was Studio, and you can see how easy it is to create something that you would put on print on demand, that I would put on print on demand as well. Lots of graphics. It's important to pick the right one first because there's so many that's important on any of them. And then kind of plan it out what you would do. Are you going to do something more vintage? Are you going to do something this way? What phrase or words are you going to use? Plan that out first before you go in there because there's so many things that it can do, it might be overwhelming that you don't know where to start. So have a plan going in, and I think they have enough things on there that you can create something really good. They have tons of fonts. They have text, you can move the text around in different ways, which is really cool that they have that. And you can see how easy it is to change colors and move things and align things the right way and everything. So play around with it, have fun with it. I'll put a link in the description for Creative Fabrica, and if you want to try it out, I believe my link in the description will give you free downloads that you can try Creative Fabrica as well. So have fun with that. Let me know in the comments what you think of this studio, and if you haven't seen my first one where I go over every single thing on there that I didn't do today, I kind of used the things that I needed, but if you want to see everything, check on this video right here for Studio to see everything that it does and all the different tips and tricks there as well. Thanks again for watching, and as always guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.